Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elmira Strange. I am a psychologist, and here we're exploring not only psychology but also self-development, spirituality, and anything that can help you to become more emotionally resilient, happier, and understanding who you are, finding your light, and so on. Anyway, in this video we are looking at one of the lectures from my course on psychology of awakening. This is for any spiritual seeker who is interested in psychology and self-development, because as a psychologist I put a lot of emphasis on psychological theories that explain who we are, how we behave, how we communicate, and what's important for us in our society, as an individual, and so on. So today we are looking at social conditioning. This is where we are looking at the masks that we all wear, at the roles we play. We started looking at this in our previous lectures, but let me tell you, we all use masks to interact with other people, with various groups, in various settings. And most importantly, we also have defense mechanisms which are ingrained in us pretty much from our childhood, from teenage years, because they were forming throughout our lifetime. So let's start this lecture with looking at something really interesting, some interesting fact. Did you know that according to research, the average person lies at least once or twice a day, not necessarily to deceive, but to maintain social harmony, avoid conflict, or protect an image? Now ask yourself, when was the last time you hid a part of yourself just to fit in? We all wear masks, sometimes for protection, sometimes to be loved, sometimes because we no longer remember who we are without them. So today's lecture is about those masks and the psychological systems that create and maintain them. So from a psychological point of view, what we often show the world is called the adapted self. And this concept is seen in various theories. For example, in transactional analysis, we learn about the child ego states, the adapted child who learns to please, avoid punishment, and follow expectations. In humanistic psychology, Carl Rogers described the ideal self versus the true self, how the self we project to be accepted is often far from our authentic core. And here is the sad part. The more we adapt, the more we risk disconnecting from who we really are. And this can lead to internal conflict, anxiety, depression, and that knowing feeling that something is missing. So from the moment we are born, we begin adapting. Crying gets attention, we learn to cry for needs. Smiling gets praise, so we learn to perform. Certain behaviors are scolded, so we learn to suppress. Then school, media, culture, even family values shape us. And by adulthood, we often don't know, is this me? Or is this just what I was told to be? Think of this like this. Your soul is your essence, but social conditioning wraps it in layers, layer by layer, mask by mask, until it's muffled. So let's talk about defense mechanisms and how the ego protects us. Sigmund Freud first introduced the concept of defense mechanisms, unconscious psychological strategies we use to protect ourselves from anxiety or unacceptable thoughts. Here are a few common ones. One of the defense mechanisms is repression. This is where we bury painful memories or feelings. We also have projection, when we attribute our feelings to someone else. We have denial, when we refuse to accept a difficult reality. We use intellectualization. This is where when we focus only on logic to avoid emotion. And also we use humor. We use jokes to cover pain. And that one is especially common. Defense mechanisms are not bad. They often protect us during trauma or stress. But long term, they can mask our truth and delay our healing. Here's some Islamic reflection. In Islamic psychology, we are encouraged to live authentically. We live for Allah alone and not for people's opinions. This is what we have in Quran. O you who believed, fear Allah and speak words of appropriate justice. And there is a deep dignity in aligning your outer life with your inner truth. It's a form of Tawheed, which we call returning to oneness in word, deed, and soul. And here's some quote for reflection for you. Be careful who you pretend to be. You might forget who you are. Let's test your self-awareness. Here is a quick quiz for you. Which of the following might signal that you are wearing a mask too often? A. You always say yes even when you want to say no. B. You feel exhausted after social interactions. C. You rarely ask yourself what you truly want. Any of them applies to you? Well, the correct answer is all of the above. Wearing a mask drains your energy because inauthenticity is exhausting. So remember this. This is a gentle reminder for you. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are not here to keep the peace at the cost of your soul. You are here to become fully, truthfully, beautifully. And that begins with removing just one mask. One moment of truth. One step back to who you are beneath it all. So if you like this video, please check the description box below because I put all the links there, how to contact me if you have any questions about any of my courses, or if you'd like some discount or some questions about the course or anything else. Don't forget to subscribe or share this video with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge, and I will see you in my next video. See you there.